I think certainly the Auburn-Alabama game is one of the nation's most fierce rivalry.
These kids play with each other. They play against each other in high school. They go to camps. They know each other, and there's a great deal of respect for the players and coaches on both teams.
The rivalry is at its healthiest on the field, where the guys who put in so much work, so much preparation for so many years and so many weeks, they can respect and appreciate what that guy on the other side of that ball, he's done the same thing. So I think there's a mutual respect on the field that is good, strong, and it makes it a great rivalry. December 2nd, 1972, the Auburn Tigers take on the undefeated, untied Alabama Crimson Tide at Legion Field in Birmingham.
So they kicked it and went up 13-0, then they kicked a field goal, went up 16-0. So it was 16-0 going into the fourth quarter. Everybody who's followed Auburn football for any length of time calls it the 1972 game the Bama punt game. I think Alabama was leading the nation in total offense and defense, and were highly favored in the game, but we only had one loss, and our kids thought they had a good chance to win. And everybody who's followed it realizes that Bill Newton blocked both punts, and David Langner picked both of them up and scored the touchdowns.
That last minute 34 was truly amazing, and the absolute best minute and 34 in Auburn history. Everybody knows about the two blocked punts. Little Gardner Jett's extra point made it Auburn 17, Alabama 16.
1982, Alabama had won 10 straight. It was Coach Dye's second year here.
1982 would have to be one of Auburn's sweetest wins over Alabama ever. It was the game that broke the drought.
Bo Jackson had a 50-something yard run that set up a field goal. We were behind 22-14 at the half, and we'd moved the ball. We'd played really well, and so that cut it to 5. Got the ball back fourth quarter and had the ball at about our own 45 or something. It was like 4th and 15, and Randy Campbell threw a crossing route pass to Mike Edwards for 17 yards. I mean, we made it about the length of the ball to keep the drive alive. And then we got it down inside the 5. And
Bo went over the top, and of course Auburn won 23-22. Alabama finally came in 1989. They were undefeated, and I'll never forget that weekend. Oh, after all these years, you just couldn't fathom the fact that Alabama might win right here.
I think the loudest noise I'd ever heard in that stadium happened on the first series of downs. Alabama had a really good defense, I think #1 defense in the nation. And they'd stopped us on the first 2 plays, and then we had a long pass to Alexander Wright down about the 7 or 8 yard line, and so we wound up with 4th and goal, and James Joseph, I think, scored the first touchdown against them at home, and we went on to win 30-20.
2010. Certainly it was the greatest comeback in Auburn history. I've seen Auburn be 21 points down and things like that, but never 24 in the home of your arch rival.
I couldn't believe how quickly they scored 21 points, and we didn't even slow them down, and we were having a hard time making a first down. I never had the feeling that we weren't going to or couldn't win the game, even when it was 24-0. And we drove and scored, and then, of course, hit the 6-7 yard pass on the second play of the second half, drove 70 yards in 7 or 8 plays, and scored on the drive that we scored the points to win the game. Threw the out route to Darvin Adams, and he was in bounds, and we went on down and scored.
All Cam Newton has to do is come out and take a knee. There it is.
But the best win over Alabama, it's going to be the next one. Whenever it comes, the best win over Alabama is going to be the next one.